Hey there, I'm Chris Kroll, editor-in-chief of Solar Builder magazine. Permitting delays are a common problem in solar, but you can speed up timelines by as much as 50% by using the right software during the design stage. And here to make the pitch today is Hector Lucas, a solutions engineer at PVcase. Hey, Hector, thanks for taking the time today.
Hello, Chris. Good to see you. And of course, thank you for the invite. It's a pleasure for me to be here today.
Yeah, this is a topic we haven't really delved into on the pitch, so I'm excited about this one. I wanted to start with what you think or what you see out there as the common bottlenecks in solar project development.
It's a really good question, and of course, it depends on who we are talking about, because there are a lot of players, a lot of stakeholders in the throughout the whole process of designing and throughout the construction phases and so on. But if we take a look on what PVcase is trying to accomplish, right? We are trying to ease the workflow through the development and design stages mainly. And the idea is that there we can see that there are a lot of issues, especially when we are sharing information from one point to the other one, or when we are working with different team members or teams or stakeholders. Sharing this information from one stage to the other one can be very, very challenging. And this is mainly what PVcase is trying to do. Provide an enhanced experience throughout the project development and design, have a really good connection point in between the different solutions that we have, and of course try to make this in the best way possible.
And all of that against the backdrop of kind of the current policy environment of the U.S. Has to add even more urgency to streamline things and get into the queue with a project that makes the most sense as quickly as possible, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that one of the things that I see is that since sometimes we have to wait several months or even years, depending on the projects, having the possibility to have speed and flexibility to do the things that we have to do, especially when timelines are very narrow, is something that it's of an interest for any engineer or any developer in the PV industry.
How do traditional platforms and traditional workflows among stakeholders kind of contribute to lengthening things and kind of an inefficient back and forth?
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say that it is very common sometimes to have different tools throughout the whole workflow, right? Especially in a company. I can even talk about myself in my previous experiences where we need to use different solutions for different stages and so on. This brings many issues when those tools or those solutions are not well connected in the end. And this is what we are trying to do, what we are showcasing today throughout this presentation, because PVcase has done this in a very efficient and in a very nicely done way, I would say, right? Because it allows us to run the process from developing a project up to the in-detail engineering in a way, jumping from one stage to the other one without any issues. And I think that this is very, very valuable when we have to work once again with several companies, several teams, several team members, and when information jumps from one place to the other one without any issues. That's the main idea here.
Yeah, and so let's, I guess, transition into a little bit of that preview of what PVcase can do. You promote that end-to-end platform that removes the data silos, connects these fragmented workflows. Can you give us an overview of the basics? Because there's also, you have prospect, ground mount, and yield. And I was just hoping you could connect those dots for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Prospect is the tool that we would normally use for example, the parcel search or buildable area analysis that we have to run in certain areas, right? And once we have that information, it is time for us to start thinking about the proper geometry of the project, right? So with this sort of integrations that we have been developing, just by clicking on one function, we are capable of bringing that information in just a couple of seconds and without the user caring about anything else. And I think that this is very nice, especially since we are all busy, right? That instant outcome that we get from one platform to the other one. And at the same time, it saves, of course, time and further issues. I don't have to adapt anything. I don't have to convert information for me to remake everything that I have been doing.
So we're going to be doing a kind of a full webinar, full demonstration that you can view after watching this episode of The Pitch. But maybe as a teaser, can you give an example that you'll dig into in more depth that shows how PVcase process can save time and cost savings as a case study?
Sure. For example, if we think about the proper geometry of the PV plant and we talk about the mechanical design, having the possibility to shift from one specific type of frame into another different one, right? And just by changing specific parameters for that and clicking on generate, the program will represent that new reality, right? So we are not talking about having the possibility of doing this almost instantly, which is very, very nice. But at the same time, we have the reliability to actually know what we are generating in the end. And this, in the end, will have a massive impact in the costs. And if we do things well, of course, we will be getting a lot of savings, which is basically what we are trying to accomplish in the end.
Yeah, so coming up next, I'm going to hang on the call here for a full demonstration of how the PVcase tool works. I guess overall, what will you be showing me?
So today we're going to be checking the whole portfolio of PVcase solutions. We will check how Prospect performs, how ground mount and yield actually interact together, and which is the outcome that we will be getting after running the whole process from the beginning till the end. And of course, I will present a couple of case studies or examples where we can actually see this live, like, not only theory, but, a little bit of action throughout the presentation.
Very good. Yeah. So for those interested in watching that demonstration and a full webinar on PVcase, getting that more in-depth comparison between PVcase and competitive tools, be sure to click that link in the show notes. And Hector, thanks for taking the time to stop by and make the pitch today.
Wonderful. Thank you for everything, Chris, as always.